Hey guys, before this video starts, I just want to point out you can actually become a member if you click the join button next to subscribe, or in the description you can click to become a member as well, because if you become a member, we are ramping up our production of these comic issues now. So if you join at least the lowest tier, which is $2.99, you get a bunch of bonuses, but you also get early access to upcoming comic issues. Now you don't have to choose the lowest tier, you can choose whatever one you can afford, but even if you choose the lowest one, you'll get early access by at least several days to each upcoming issue before it's fully public for everyone. You'll also get your name added in the end credits of every issue so long as we're producing it at the time you are a member. So at the time this video goes live, if you are a member, you can already check out the next comic issue. But with that said, hope you guys enjoy the video.
The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 26. The mystery of the man in the Crime Master's mask. With the coming of night, a silent teenager furtively opens his bedroom door.
Now is my chance to find the costume Aunt May took from me. I can tell by her steady breathing that she's sound asleep. So far, so good. It's not here in the trash can, so she couldn't have thrown it away yet. It must still be somewhere in the house. I've tried every closet and cupboard. There isn't a sign of it. Perhaps in the attic. Nope, not here either. The only place left to look is in her own room, but I can't go in there until the morning. What a pickle to be in. A Spider-Man without his costume is like a beetle without his hair. It could only happen to me. I wish I knew what Jonah Jameson did with my other costume, the one I tricked him with on that rooftop. Oh well, I'll worry about it tomorrow.
But there are still more worries in store for that sleeping Peter Parker. For at that very moment, under cover of darkness, a mysterious meeting is taking place.
You can't back out now. We agreed that I'd help you take over the underworld. Then, with the Green Goblin's brains and your knowledge of the rackets, nothing could stop us.
Forget it. I decided I don't need ya. I'm the crime master. I can do it alone.
But I revealed my true identity to you as part of the deal. If you think I'll let you get away with...
There's nothing you can do. Try to stop me, and I'll see to it that the world knows who you really are. Now get lost. I've got things to do. Unless you're willing to take orders from me, I can always use another flunky. How about it, Goblin?
You've outsmarted yourself this time. Remember, I know who you are too, so you haven't heard the last of me.
He's bluffing. He can't expose me any more than I can expose him. It's a stalemate.
Later, at the hideout of one of the city's many underworld mobs.
Since the police have had the heat on us, we haven't been able to pull a caper for weeks. As if that ain't bad enough, we never know when Spider-Man will snare us in that blasted web of his. Well, one thing's for sure, we've got to pull the job soon, or disband. Ah, I'm just in time. This is the perfect time to leave my calling card, now while they're confused and dissatisfied. Hey, look out! There's someone at the window. He's throwing something. Duck! It's a bomb! No! Hold it! It broke open. There's nothing inside but a note. Gimme, I'll read it. This is your first and last notice. From now on, I'm taking over the rackets. Defy me, and it will not be a false alarm next time. It's signed, the Crime Master. The Crime Master? It went as smooth as clockwork, but that was only the beginning. Before I'm done, the entire underworld will tremble at the mere mention of the name Crime Master.
Minutes later, in a room above a parked automobile which the crime master has just walked away from.
Who in blazes could be phoning me now? Don't say a word. Look out your window at your car, which is downstairs. Keep watching it. It blew up. Say, who do you think? Quiet. This is the crime master. I'm taking over from now on. The crime master?
Within hours, gang leaders all over the city are contacted by the masked mystery man whose name begins to fill them with a strange apprehension.
He must be some kind of hotshot if he dares to challenge all of us at once. The crime master? Who knows? Maybe he's just what we need. Me? I don't like it. Nah, I say we should fight him. Nobody's taken over my mob. He must be someone from the rackets. He could even be one of us. But he's dangerous. He knows too much. How did he know where to contact us? How do you know who we all are? He must have the goods on us.
Then, just before dawn breaks over the sprawling metropolis.
There was nothing more for me to do tonight. I'll close the window and pull down the blinds now. The game I'm playing is a dangerous one. One error, one miscalculation could mean my very life. But I can't back out now. I'll switch on the light and change clothes. My special working clothes should be safe enough here in this hollowed out portion of my bedroom closet. And now it's time for Frederick Foswell to return to his job as news reporter for J. Jonah Jameson's Daily Bugle.
Okay, now that everything's thoroughly confused, let's return to Peter Parker's house and start picking up the pieces.
Maybe if I bring the conversation around to my costume, Aunt May will mention what she did with it. I guess it was silly of me to try to wear a Spider-Man costume to that party, Aunt May. Oh, by the way, where did you...
Let's not discuss it any more, Peter, dear. We'll consider the matter finished.
Just my luck. She thinks she's being nice to me, but now I'll never be able to get my hands on that outfit again. Well, there's still that other Spidey costume which J. Jonah Jameson had. I hope I can get that one from him. See you later, Aunt May. I'm going to run over to the Daily Bugle for a while.
All right, dear. Have a nice day. And come home by bus if it rains.
Not long afterwards, we find...
Well, well. Hello, Peter. Have you any new plans to catch Spider-Man today?
Uh-oh. She's still angry because she thinks I helped Jonah in his fight with Spidey. Aw, come on, Betty. How long are you gonna hold a grudge?
I am not holding a grudge. After all, if you want to be palsy-walsy with Jonah Jameson, that's your business.
Aw, rats. First you write letters to Ned Leeds because you feel sorry for him, then you worry about Spider-Man. How about having a good word for Peter Parker?
You mean the Peter Parker who's been dating Liz Allen? And who has another girlfriend whom he's never even mentioned to me? Namely Mary Jane Watson?
But I don't even know Mary Jane Watson.
Really? Then how come your Aunt May introduced me to her when I was at your house last time? It wasn't bad enough to find Liz Allen coming to see you also. How many more girlfriends do you have?
Look, I can't help it if my aunt has been trying to get me to date Mary Jane. I never even saw her.
Oh no? Well, you ought to open up your eyes, Casanova. She's very hard to miss seeing.
Boy, the only thing worse than a hot-tempered female is a jealous hot-tempered female.
And another thing.
What in Sam hell is all the racket out here? Oh, brother, it's Jonah. Get back to work, Miss Brandt. And Parker, this is an office, not an arena. If you haven't any photos to sell me, go to your shouting on some street corner. Yeesh, I sure blew that bit. I'll never get my Spider-Man costume back from Jolly Jonah now. Boswell, come in here with your file on the Green Goblin and the Crime Master. I want you to do a feature story on them for the Sunday supplement. Yes, sir, Mr. Jameson. Maybe this visit won't be a total loss after all. This is my chance to get another line on Foswell. Even though everyone thinks he's gone straight since he served time for being a racket leader, I still don't trust him any further than Aunt May could throw him. So, there's been no definite tie-in between the goblin and that nut who calls himself the Crime Master. But keep digging away. I will. I'll just slip my little electronic tracer gizmo into Foswell's hatband. Then, if I ever get a chance to become Spider-Man again, I'll be able to pick up his trail from time to time. But until I manage to get myself another Spidey costume, there's not much of anything I can do. Except worry.
And speaking of worries, a few minutes later.
Well, well, look who's here. Old puny Parker finally got tired of trying to hide from me.
Get off my back, loudmouth. I'm in no mood for your muscle-bound mirth today. And the same goes for your gang of grinning hyenas.
Hey, who are you calling hyenas?
Look in the mirror and you'll find out.
About that, he's a regular Bob Hope today. Yeah, and he's liable to be a regular hospital case tomorrow if he doesn't clam up. Hey, it looks like the mouse is trying to turn into a lion, huh, Flash?
Okay, you brainless baboons. You've laughed at me for the last time.
And, as luck would have it, the principal turns towards the window at that very moment and sees.
I'd never have believed it. Peter Parker deliberately attacked that group of boys. What could have come over him?
But suddenly, a sharp female voice rings out as Peter Parker's rage fades away before he can fully apply his awesome spider strength.
Stop it! Stop it, I say!
Holy smoke! What am I doing? Another minute and I'd have exposed myself as Spider-Man.
Stay out of this, Liz. I'm sick of you always protecting that milksop.
Attacking him, it looked to me like he was doing fine against all you bullies.
It's lucky Liz came by when she did. Lucky for them, that is. It's okay, Liz. Don't worry about me. That bird brain doesn't scare me.
I knew it! You've become as bad as Flash is, and I thought you were different.
He will be when I'm through with him.
I'm through with both of you. I never want to see either of you again.
Don't worry, Liz. I'll fix it so you won't see Parker anymore.
First Betty is mad at me, and now Liz. What a Don Juan I am. Hey Parker, the principal wants to see you. On the double. You're in for it now.
Boy, Mr. Davis must have seen Parker swinging at us. He thinks he started it. That means we're in the clear. Davis may even expel him. Ha, what a crying shame. We sure will miss puny Parker around here. Where you going, Flash? I'll see if I can find Liz. I'll turn on the old charm for her.
A few minutes later.
I couldn't help overhearing outside the door. Parker took the whole responsibility for himself. He didn't even try to blame any of us.
I'll let you know my decision later, Parker. It was my fault. I should have known better.
But no sooner has Peter left when...
Mr. Davis, I think you better hear the whole story of what happened. Parker really wasn't to blame.
I'm glad to hear you say that, my boy. Come in. We'll have a talk.
But once again our scene changes as we see the reappearance of a now familiar figure.
You dared to openly defy my warning, and so I'll now make an example of you for the other gangs.
Look out, you guys! It's the Crime Master!
Ewing the boss, we haven't a chance. He's a crack shot.
None of you have the brains or the skill or the nerve to stop me, and now I'll give you one last chance. Will you accept me as the kingpin of the city's gangs, or...
Yeah, sure. Anything you say, Crime Master.
That's more like it. Now with you under my thumb, the others will all fall into line.
And across town, in the city's most exclusive men's club.
Jameson, how can you afford to spend so much time away from your newspaper when there's so much crime activity in the headlines? Don't forget, as the largest newspaper publisher in town, I have all sorts of inside information. The events taking place in the underworld are all being carefully covered by my staff.
Tell me something, JJ. Do you have any idea who the Green Goblin is?
How about the Crime Master? Are they the same man? Everybody's been trying to guess. Sorry, gentlemen, I cannot reveal the inside story yet. But keep reading the Bugle. I'll have a big expose soon.
One of your reporters is this fellow Foswell, who used to be a big-time criminal himself. Is it wise for you to employ such a notorious character?
I think you deserve credit for giving an ex-convict a second chance.
You know what they say about me, gentlemen. I'm all heart. And besides, Foswell works like a dog.
But now, before you start thinking the name of our magazine should be changed to The Life of Jonah Jameson, let's return to our swingin' teenage hero.
Say, why didn't I think of this before? That's just what I need. In the window of this costume shop. You say you're interested in that Spider-Man outfit? I can let you have it cheap. There's not much call for it lately. But if you want something really popular, why don't you take that Frankenstein suit? They're selling like hotcakes. Hotcakes I can get in a restaurant. Okay, son, suit yourself. No pun intended. Shall I wrap it up or will you wear it out? Wrap it up. I want to give it to my dead mother as a housewarming gift.
Minutes later, the glib-tongued adventurer changes into his new costume on a lonely rooftop.
Luckily, they make these things out of those new stretch fabrics nowadays, so one size fits almost anybody. And now at last I can pick up the signals for my little gizmo and investigate Frederick Foswell. Wowee, it sure feels good to be back in action again. I feel like an eagle who's been let out of a cage. I might as well face it. Being Spider-Man is just plain habit forming. It's like going out with girls. I can't give it up.
But then...
Uh-oh, it looks like they put too much stretch in these stretch fabrics. I'm starting to come apart. That's what I get for being the only superhero in town who's nutty enough to run around in a second-hand costume. Well, I'll just use some of my webbing to hold the blamed thing in place. There, that ought to do it.
Minutes later, two colorful figures pass each other in the night, neither realizing how close he is to the other. And finally...
This is where my gizmo signal is coming from. Foswell must be somewhere in that apartment. And yet, there's no sign of life. I'd better investigate. There's his hat, and the rest of his clothes, but no Foswell. The place is empty. I'd better look around while I have the chance.
But at that moment, another form approaches the apartment from a different direction.
There's a light on inside. Someone is in there. So long as he lives, he'll be a constant threat to me, unless I eliminate him.
I wonder, did Foswell change his clothes because he knew my electronic tracer gizmo was hidden in his hat? Or was there another reason? Wait a minute, my spider sense is tingling. Danger is near, very near. Ew, if not for my spider sense, I'd be wearing a very drafty costume right now. Whoever fired that first shot is probably still around. I might as well be a moving target.
No matter how fast you move, my bullets can go faster.
He's not kidding. That one missed by a web hair. He's wearing a mask, and it's muffling his voice. I can't recognize it. Let's see now. He's not the Green Goblin, and he's not anyone I know. So that leaves the Crime Master. It must be him. I don't know much about him, but one thing I'm sure of, he's got a real nasty disposition. I'm safe behind this water tower. I'll just shoot my webbing at him and... Rats! My luck's running true to form. He's safely shielded under that steel cover. Each shot is getting closer, but I've been counting them. He's only got one more. If I can just dodge that one too. I did it! That's shot number 6. His gun's empty now. Why so surprised, sweetie? You didn't expect me to let you reload, did you? The sight of Spider-Man charging in rage may terrify others, but not the Crime Master. I'll be darned if he doesn't sound as though he means that. I wonder what he's got up his sleeve.
And the costumed crusader receives his answer in the next split second.
Gas. The fumes are clinging to my headpiece, choking me. I've got to get it off. I need air. Air.
You didn't think the Crime Master would be an easy conquest, did you? Punching him is like punching a stone wall. His body is a mass of lithe, sinewy muscles. Perhaps I can't hurt him, but if I can just keep forcing him back to the roof's edge.
The gas is numbing me. My reflexes are slower, getting groggy.
I've got him where I want him. One more punch will do the trick.
His blows aren't hurting me, but if I don't get this headpiece off soon, I'll suffocate.
I did it. I've defeated Spider-Man.
But even as he falls, the amazing teenager makes one last desperate effort and...
I did it! I can breathe again!
While on the rooftop, the Crime Master triumphantly turns away.
Spider-Man will never bother me again, or anyone, ever again, and now I have other matters to attend to.
But with his head now cleared and his lightning-fast reflexes operational again, Spidey instantly realizes his grave danger.
Falling! About to hit the ground! My webbing! I'll shoot it out, fast! It's got to hold! It's got to! I did it! I'm safe! Man, that was a close one. I'll just stay here for a minute while I clear all the gas out of my lungs.
But then, when the fighting mad Spider-Man returns to the rooftop again...
He's gone. I've lost him. Well, I'll use these few minutes to web up again. It could have been Foswell himself. He might have been returning to his room, and then he saw me and decided to finish me off. But now I've no way to be sure. No trace of him anywhere around here. I'd better pay a visit to the Daily Bugle again. He might have returned to his job there.
Minutes later...
Still no sign of him, but there's Betty. Probably reading another letter from that blamed Ned Leeds. Well, I've no time to worry about Betty's pen pals right now. Jameson's office is empty too. This is a good time for me to scout around for my authentic Spider-Man costume.
But after a brief, though painstaking search...
It's not here. Nothing but a million clippings about the Green Goblin, the Crime Master, and that little old Spider-Man. Me. Oh well, it's nice to know I still rate among the big 3. I wonder what Jameson did with my costume. He might have... Uh-oh. Speak of the devil. Reserve a table for me at my club for dinner, Miss Brandt. Hi, Cheerful Charlie. You went to so much trouble to find me last time we met that I thought I'd return the favor now. Spider-Man. The name sounds like music when you say it. Okay, if you came in to gloat over beating me last time, have your fun and then get lost. I've got work to do. Don't go away mad. Are you still sulking because you tried to capture me and only wound up with my costume? Don't get cozy with me, masked man. If your costume is what you came for, that crackpot Smythe has it. You can get it from him. Smythe? He's the one who built the robot with which Jonah tried to defeat me. That's great. I know where to find him. Well, I'll be leaving you now, JJ. You're just not the cheerful little fun person that you used to be. And more important, this dreaded mask keeps popping out. Poor Jonah. I think he's just about given up on me. I don't know whether to be happy or sad. I'd better seal the mask with some sticky webbing fluid. At least I know it'll stay on until the web evaporates. It's still early, so I might as well return to Foswell's place. I'll give it another thorough going over.
But after long minutes of intense searching,
I should have known he'd be too clever to leave anything around that might incriminate him. Say, what's this little item though? At first glance, it seems innocent enough, but why would anyone mark off a small section of the waterfront on this calendar scene? I'd just better pay a little visit to that area.
but at that very same time, long before Spidey can reach the spot, a secret meeting of the Underworld's leaders is in session.
Okay, then we're all agreed on what to do.
Yeah, we'll send one of us to meet with the Crime Master and hear his proposition.
I'll go. I got a hunch we'll be better off if we do let him lead us.
And so, minutes later, at a prearranged meeting place,
You made a smart move, decided to throw in with me. You'll all be glad you did. Now go back and tell the others to meet at the waterfront, at the deserted pier in the West 40s. Okay, Crime Master, we'll be there.
But now, just to show you that you can't ever take things for granted in our tales, a new character enters the scene. A stool pigeon known only as Patch.
And the word is out. The mobs are gonna meet at the old deserted pier on the west side.
Good work, Patch. This is the tip we've been waiting for. We've got to move carefully. There's no law against men having a meeting, not even if we know they're underworld big shots. But if we keep them under surveillance and play our cards right, we might get enough evidence on them to put them away for good. Okay, you have your orders. Now take off.
At the waterfront, a short time later, we near our stirring climax.
Looks like my hunch was correct. Something is definitely in the wind. Otherwise, all those cars wouldn't be bringing those hard-looking characters to a deserted pier.
I brought some of my muscle men, just in case. What's the delay? Isn't the Crime Master here yet?
No, he'll show up after everyone's arrived. Just go inside and wait with the other guys.
But another conference is secretly taking place nearby.
You can't do this without me. The whole plan was originally mine. If you try to squeeze me out,
You'll do nothing, not so long as I have the proof of your real identity
Locked in a safe deposit vault. If I'm ever found dead, the police will open that vault and learn who... Hey, what?
You cheap double-crosser. The Green Goblin doesn't have to resort to murder. There are other ways. He was hiding a gun behind his back. Well, the smoky exhaust from my jet glider will cover me so that he won't know where to shoot.
Blast you. No matter how tricky you are, a bullet can still get rid of you forever. He's throwing stun bombs, but I'm in luck. His own smoke is hiding me from him also.
I'd better hold off. If I should accidentally kill him, my secret will be made public.
Ha, you're running away. I scared you off.
Sure, like a tadpole scares a tiger. I've just decided to let you live a while longer. But you'll still never take over the rackets without me. There are other ways to stop you, and a goblin will use them.
And just a stone's throw away.
I'd better work my way around the roof so I can get a look at what's going on inside there. Wow, it's like a meeting of the who's who of the underworld. I'd better alert the police. There might be too many for me to tackle alone.
What a great stroke of luck! There's Spider-Man, and he doesn't see me. I'll circle all the way around and keep out of sight. I've got to watch out for that uncanny sixth sense he seems to have. Now, all I've got to do is jet straight up over his head before he could possibly detect me. And then plummet down. Even your famous spider strength can't ward off the effects of a direct hit by my fast-moving jet glider. Now, while you're groggy, I'll finish you off with one carefully thrown stun bomb.
Have to hang on. Have to use spider sense to keep track of the stun bomb. It's almost on top of me. My only chance is to knock it away out of range with my webbing. Now!
But although the amazing adventurer's quick thinking succeeds in saving him from a fatal direct hit, there isn't time to hurl the bomb far away enough before it explodes.
I've beaten him at last, but his headpiece won't come off. I want to unmask him, but it's stuck too tight. Well, there'll be time for that later. Right now, I've something more important to do.
Meanwhile, directly under the pier, the mysterious crime master cautiously makes his way to a ladder.
This is the moment I've been waiting for, the moment when I take over as kingpin of the city's underworld. Everyone is here, every mob leader in the area. They've all come to acclaim me as their leader. And now for my long-awaited moment of triumph. Hey, pipe down you guys, clam up all of you. The crime master is here. He's gonna tell us about his plans. The first thing I want to say is, from now on, I'm the boss. The only boss. And if anyone has any objections, let him speak up now.
All right, Crime Master. I'm speaking up. This is the Green Goblin, saying that you're about to have the shortest reign on record.
Look, it's the Goblin with Spider-Man.
He captured him. What's gonna happen next?
Next issue, the secret of Frederick Foswell will be revealed, as you thrill to one of the greatest battle royales of all. So join us again for Spider-Man number 27, and don't forget your webbing. The end.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes Spider-Man.